Ronnie, that was a great raffle.
That worked out good. Yeah,
that worked out perfect.
People are happy.
People are happy.
So what, is one of your neighbors actually won the smoker?
Yeah, so the guy down the street, Collins, he owns a steer farm on the corner of Porchtown. And
does he have a smoker?
He does not.
Oh.
He does not have a smoker.
Well, even better. Now he's got a gigantic smoker.
Now he's got a gigantic smoker.
And he has a cattle farm?
He has a steer farm.
Steer farm, okay.
Yeah, a bunch of steer. There's chickens, pigs.
Nice.
Actually, that pork I gave you a while ago, that was from him.
Awesome.
Number 98, right, which is Jim Elliott. Jim Elliott's actually been in a couple of our videos.
And he's been a customer of ours for quite a while now.
Yeah, he's a bodybuilder. So like if you
meal prep.
You look up Jim Elliott on Instagram.
Jim Elliott, yeah.
And he's there.
Yeah. Jim's a big dude. Good guy too, man.
In one of our Dr. Smoke videos, I actually arm wrestled him. Yeah,
I remember. You were asking him for some advice about something.
Yeah. He came and bought, I think he bought like a case of Sizzle that day.
Yeah.
And we ended up arm wrestling, but then I gave him a free one because he beat me.
Of course you did. And then what, 94?
94 was Ryan Hilleman, which is also a customer that bought a Jim Bowie from us, I think the second year we were in business.
Oh, he posts on our...
Waterford Works. He's from Waterford Works.
Right. He posts on our Dr. Smoke grilling and chilling page.
Does he?
Yeah. When he first got a smoker, he posts a lot of stuff on there. Yeah, I know we're not on there much, but he posts a lot of really good cooking pictures. So
yeah,
cool, man.
He's really happy with his GMG, and now he says he's going to take the money and buy the newer version.
Awesome.
Of the Jim Bowie, which is the Peak now. So,
good, man.
No, it was a good raffle.
Yeah. That worked out.
Definitely. Yeah, your little contraption worked out perfect.
Yep. The baffles that you rearranged, they worked out nice.
Yep.
Sweet.
But
so give me some dirt.
Give you some dirt.
Give me some dirt.
You some dirt. All right, I'll give you some dirt. So we were again. We played poker, right? And I was kicking all their asses.
Yeah, I mean, I know you like playing cards.
Kicking their asses, right? And now Bob has kind of been funny, like about Joe. Oh, you're being too hard on him. Blah 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 blah. I'm so sick of hearing Bob say stuff like that. You know, like, come on, Bob.
Bob sticks up for people. He always sticks up for me. He doesn't like to see people arguing or fighting. He's like the peacekeeper.
Yeah, but I'm like...
He's the United Nations of
Bob
the group.
is the United Nations?
He's the United Nations of the group.
Well, sometimes we don't need all that. You know?
Okay.
Because he's...
Trump.
Donald Trump.
We don't need that. We don't need that.
We don't need that right now.
All right, Bob, we don't need your peacekeeping.
Because, as you recall, this has been his plan the whole time about the whole thing. And all of a sudden, oh, you're being too hard on Joe. When's this going to end? I'm Bob, and I'm going to cry.
Maybe he's like somebody's chirping in his ear. And he's like listening.
You think he's working with them?
I'm just saying, maybe somebody's chirping.
You might be on to something.
I'm just saying, maybe somebody's chirping in his ear, and he's all of a sudden he's starting to think a little differently.
Ron, you might be on to something. I can't trust Bob. That's.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying if he's trying to change what the plan was, then something changed his mind. Or somebody changed his mind.
Somebody changed his mind, and that somebody is Joe. Joe changed his mind.
Joe's really good about doing
Joe
the
is manipulating
stuff.
Bob.
Yeah, he might be. Because he knows Bob's a nice guy. So he's probably just trying to manipulate him. I don't know. I'd just be careful because it depends. He may start like with the CIA. You know, they turn agents. They start off real easy, like, hey man, you ever need help? You just reach out to us. We can offer some help. And then you need help. You end up taking their help. The next thing you know, you're working for them. Maybe
you're not wrong. You're not wrong about this. I like the way you're thinking about this.
You got to be careful. These guys are really good. They've been doing this a very long time, and they know how to play this game. And you're messing with them right now, thinking that you're 2 steps ahead. But I'll tell you
If
what.
they've got Bob on their side, I'm screwed.
That's what I'm saying. He's everything. Like, that would be the perfect way to pull I don't know what it is. Pull the wool over your head is
where this all just turns back on me.
Because you trust him. So
Right.
he's the perfect person to turn.
But don't you feel like you can trust Bob?
I do, but I don't think he intentionally would be doing things to deceive you. I think that he may be manipulated into giving up some information because he feels bad for Joe. If he feels bad for Joe, then he might feel guilty. And if Joe's really good at making him feel guilty, I think Bob might say something that maybe he probably shouldn't say.
Yeah, I'm thinking Bob might be
warning Joe, like, hey, listen, just giving you a heads up. I know you've been upset. This might happen.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. See, that's why it's always good to get a third opinion.
That's why.
Because I feel like I can't always 100% trust Bob because he's easily manipulated.
But here's the thing. Stick with that plan with him, right?
Yeah, I'm going to stick with the plan with him.
Come up with a parallel plan that keeps him out of it so you can shift gears if you have to. Okay. So he still thinks things are going according to plan.
Right.
But then you shift it up a little bit.
Right. I'll change things to where I know that he cannot manipulate the situation.
Right, because he's out of the loop.
Exactly.
But he thinks he's in the loop. And then you can feed him
information.
Bad information. Right?
Yo, listen,
right?
I might even have you call him and give him some bad information.
No, you should just leave something laying around.
Okay.
Make him think that he found it. Like, leave something on the table, or, you know?
Like what, though?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know your ultimate plan.
Right.
But I would leave something around that he can see. You know, like, don't say anything. Have him come over and, like, see it on the table and just let him think, like, he discovered it. Because if you tell him, then maybe he won't believe it. But if he thinks that he discovered something and you didn't tell him about it, then he might go back and tell somebody.
But it has to be something that I would leave on the table that would pertain to, you know what I mean? It would have to pertain to that. Don't you think?
I don't know what your whole plan is.
No,
right?
I know.
I don't know what your whole plan is. So, you don't want to change it up too much.
No, I don't want to change it up too much. But like you said, I can give him the
wrong you've been playing. This is a long con.
This is a long one. This is a long one.
This is a long con.
Right. No, it's a good point. I'm kind of glad you brought that up. Mm-hmm. Because I even tell Bob sometimes I don't trust him to his face.
He says he's sick.
Right, he says he's sick, but what's he doing? Is he hanging out with Joe?
That's convenient.
Is he hanging out with Joe?
I don't know.
Not hanging out, but like coming up with other plans.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I think this is going.
Or he's trying to back away a little bit to allow something else to play out.
Right.
And not be a part of it.
Or is he totally flipped and is going to do something on Joe's behalf?
I don't know, but those guys tried to get me to do that with you a while ago. I mean, they even had me do it with Jeff. I had to distract Jeff while they went into his house and hid those sound things. But I was there to apologize for clogging the toilet and being in the house,
right,
in Jesse's house.
But then they had you put those sound things up.
I didn't. They did. I was the distraction.
You were the distraction.
I was the distraction, but they're really good about that.
Right.
I didn't know that's what I was really going to get into. I didn't know I was part of messing with Jeff, but they ended up getting him. So they're really good at tricking you into being a part of their team.
Yeah, yeah.
And then in the end, it ended up coming back and getting both of us anyway. That's how I learned. Like, I don't, man, they're good. When you're messing with those guys, you're messing with the best.
You're messing with the primo.
Best. They are primo. I mean, you really have to kind of like plan it all out and know that you might have to change things because you really don't know if Bob is working both sides. He's a double agent.
He is a double agent.
Could be. I mean, he could be.
Do I confront him about this, or do I just
No,
keep this secret?
no. Now you need to use this to your advantage.
Okay.
That you have suspicions. So I would give him bad information.
That's
to
what I'm
take
going to do.
back, and then see if that trickles back to you through other channels.
Exactly.
Right.
Yep. Yeah.
You're planting false seeds.
Yeah, I gotta plant a couple false seeds.
So he'll be the only person that knows it, and then if it ends up coming back to you through other people,
like what I can probably do is like, so this week I'm not traveling, so I'll be around.
Mm-hmm.
What I can probably do is tell Bob that I'm traveling, and see if that kind of gets around. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah.
Say you're going to have your vehicle, or no. Vehicle, say you're traveling, but your vehicle's staying here. And then you can keep an eye on it to see like if they mess with it or something.
True. Or Bob doesn't know I bought that new car.
I
I can just leave my truck here.
True.
And just drive the beater.
Yeah.
So he has no idea.
Who knows what? I mean, those guys have so many different pranks that they could do and things that they can get you with.
But what's nice is like with the new beater, it's black. I can go undercover in it. You know, like, can I keep
Soccer
it at your house?
mom.
It's a Ridgeline, right?
You're a soccer. Coach Don. Coach Don cruising in his Honda.
From 2008 Honda.
2008. Uh-huh. Oh my
Can
God.
I keep that at your house?
The Honda?
Yeah.
I don't have room for that.
Ron,
Park it inside here.
If we're gonna be covert about this, you know, it's got to be parked in here anyway because I got to do a lot of work to it.
It needs a good detail.
I know somebody that does detailing. Hey, Ron.
Not in the wintertime.
In the barn? Well, I'll give you heat.
Give me heat.
I'll give you heat.
I'll give you heat.
It needs a good detail, though. The interior is really nice in it, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. But,
oh,
yeah.
You're in for it.
I'm going to feed some false information. And I think that's a good plan.
I'm going to stay Switzerland here. I'm going to stay out of it. But if you got any questions, I might be able to help you.
All right. You need to stay Switzerland, but I don't need you working with Bob or Joe or any of them.
No, I'm not going to mess with those guys.
Because I'm thinking about, you need to get out there and film one day. Going out there with me one day. You know? I know you can't this week, but...
I messed with Larry before, and he got me in trouble.
I'm not going to get you to mess with them. Just come for the night and chill.
Yeah, no. I'm saying as long as I'm with you.
Yeah.
But I went over there that one night without you, and they got me in trouble.
Right, and you brought them wings.
Yeah, I know, and they were suspicious.
Right.
Larry wouldn't even eat them. I think they were still taped closed and everything. Joe ate.
I know he did.
Joe
tore it up.
I brought beer too, but I didn't bring the right beer for Larry. I think I just brought regular Corona.
Well, I mean, Larry's a little picky. Now that I've been living with him,
I think I brought bottles and he only drinks cans. It was something like that.
Really?
But, yeah, it was something like that. I just don't think he trusts me. Tell you what, man, he's smart. It's hard to get his trust.
Yeah.
And then, like, when you get his trust and you break it, then good luck getting it back. That's why I'm surprised he, like, trusts Joe. I don't think he really fully trusts Joe.
No, you can't fully trust Joe. Just look at him, dude. No way.
He gets like, angry. Right. And he gets real loud and he talks over everybody. And he's like, "Oh, Joe! No, that's not right!" Like, and then he said he was swinging a fire poker. Yeah. Man, he had to be mad.
So that poker night we just had, right, where I was winning, Bob actually knocked him out of the round. Bob knocked him out, took out all his money, right? And then somehow he goes and blames me for it. He just lost, I think he realized that he lost $100 because he needs money right now. I think he lost one of his gigs or something doing trivia. And he really does need the money. I know that. That's why I paid for the insert. But he tried blaming me because he didn't have a good time and losing the money. Like, how do you turn that around on me, Joe? Come on, man. It's crazy.
Well, you're the disruptor of the house. And you've taken his spot. So I didn't
take his spot.
You really did take his spot. That was his spot. in the house. He always gets in trouble and thrown out and stuff. Like that's his. It's nice to know that if you're going to get thrown out, you got a place to go. Well, with you there, you've taken that away from him.
He doesn't have it.
He doesn't have it.
So he can't. Well, he's been more disruptive. Psycho Joe. He's creating his own person.
Well, you're a disruptor, man. He doesn't like you disrupting his little nest. It's his little nest. He's like a little eagle baby bird. He's an angry eagle baby bird. He's like flapping his wings and throwing stuff around.
Yeah,
That's
you're
what
right.
He's doing. You're disrupting his.
It's time to
his cycle.
It's time to feed Bob with some information.
Yeah, because I think Joe is manipulating Bob. That's what I think is happening. And I think you need to plant some fake information
that will get back to me.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Through other people.
All right.
If Bob's leaking it.
Okay.
Only things that Bob would know. Don't even tell me.
Yep.
Only Bob.
Okay.
And then you'll know.
Sounds like a plan.
And then use that to your advantage. Don't call him out on it.
No, I'm not going to.
Yeah. Use it.
I'm going covert.
Yeah, definitely. You got to win this thing.
I will.
Finally. This has been going on way too long. You've been losing every time.
Well, I ain't losing this time.
No, you've playing this one out pretty good.
Yeah, I'm not losing this time.
The long con. But you could lose out on it if Bob knows what your plans are. You could.
And he's spilling information.
Right. Even if he's doing it innocently.
Yeah.
Just feeling bad for Joe and giving him information so he doesn't feel so bad.
Right.
It's not good for you.
No.
Well, you know what you got to do.
I do.
Do it.